Hello everyone. So now in this video we are discussing the next paper, that is the solutions of paper May June 2025 board number 41 580 extended paper. This is the calculator paper, so you are allowed to use calculator. Basic instructions remains. So let's start with the first question. So here the first question is pretty easy. We need to solve this. So this is 4c. I'll add plus 9 on both sides. This is plus 9. This will become, this is equal to 40, sorry, 22. So this is 20. So what is C? This is 22 divided by 4, which you can see this is 11 upon 2, which is 5.8. So you can write the answer. C is equal to 5.5. Okay, this is how it comes. I have the answer key also. So I'll match the answers with the answer key. This is just a question on calculator. You have to just substitute the values of the calculator, and the answer for this you will find this will be equal to. You have to write the answer in the two significant figures. So this will be, you will find this is 8.0. That is how you write. Basically, you will find this is 7.99, so on. If you calculate on the calculator, this is 7.99 and so on. But you have to write the answer in two significant figure. So two significant figure, you can say this is 8 because this is more than 5. This is 8 point, you can say 0. That is the answer for this question. Okay, that you can easily check. So next question you can see. Okay, now this is the question. In the USA, the 1 gallon of fuel cost $4.83. 1 gallon is equal to dollar. You can see $4.83. And in UK, 1 liter. So the units are different here. This is 1 liter cost pound 1 point. You can say 1.62. Okay. The exchange rate is also given. Exchange rate, 1 pound is equal to this many dollars. And 1 gallon units is also given. This is 3.784. In which country does 1 liter of fuel cost more, and by how much? You have to give the answer in dollars. Okay. So basically, you have to find the cost of $1, 1 liter of fuel in both the countries in terms of dollar. So in US, in USA, you can see what is the price. This is 1 gallon, and we know 1 gallon is 3.785. So this is 3.785 liters is equal to, what is the price in US? This is dollar 4.83. So you can easily calculate what is the price of 1 liter. 1 liter is equal to dollar 4.83, and we will divide by 3.758. That is the answer. That is, and if you use calculator, you will find what is this value. This is 4.83 divided by 3.758, which is equal to dollar 1.28. File this. Right, I'm taking three till two decimal places, and then file will write the final answer. Okay. Now in you can say in what in UK, in UK you can say 1 liter is this 1 liter price. 1 liter fuel cost pound, sorry, pound. This is 1.62, right? So, and you know, 1 pound is equal to these many dollars. So you can see what is this. This is in dollars. This is 1.62 multiplied with, you can say, 1.215 dollars. You can see 1 pound is this. So 1.62 pound will be this multiplied with this. So in this is, I can write, this is 1.62 multiplied with 1.215. So what is this? This is, you will find this is dollar 1.96 and 8. That is the price, you can say the price in the rate in UK and US. So which is costlier? So you can see in which country? UK. That is the answer. UK. By how many dollars? You can see this is this minus this. So I'll just subtract this minus $1.285, which is $0.68 approximately. You will get this. So this is, I have written two decimal places. So let's see the answer. This is We can say this is 0.68, right? So that is the answer for this question. In UK, this is by $6.68. This is how we can solve this type of question. This is just a question on conversion. Okay? So now let's take the next question. The next question. Okay. So now this is a question on the transformation. You can see here I have some figure A, B, and C. You can see the question here. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B. So shape A to shape B. Shape A and this is shape B. Now you can clearly see the this diagram and this diagram or this figure have exactly same dimensions, and there is no change in orientation also. So this is just a translation. So how will you write the translation? You can see this is the translation. The first answer will be, it will be a translation. But when you are writing translation, you have to write along which vector. So you can see this point. You can take any point here. For example, if I take this point move to this point. So you can see what is this translation. You can see this is how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 units right, and you can see 1, 2, 3. 3 units down. So this is the answer. This is the translation by a vector 8 and minus 3. Why minus 3? Because it is going down. Okay, this is going down. So this is the translation we have along this vector. Second, what is the question here? The second is shape A onto shape C. So shape A onto shape C. Now we can clearly see this is a rotation by a 90-degree, because you can clearly see this line has gone, this horizontal has become vertical. So this is perfectly an anti-clockwise direction, you can see. But in this case, you have to find the center of rotation. Now for center of rotation, the best way is use the tracing paper. And using tracing paper, you can just, what is the point of rotation, the center of rotation. So this is a anti-clockwise, or in fact from paper, the tracing paper also you can check. This is anti-clockwise rotation, okay, by 90-degree. Okay, but what is the center of rotation? So you have to use the tracing paper and see what is the what is the center of rotation. So you will find this is equal to, center of rotation will be 0 comma 0. This is 0 comma 0. You can see roughly, if I take this, just try to understand this. If this is the point, you can clearly see this point rotates and it comes to here. And this, you can clearly see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is roughly, so they can see this is the rotation of 90-degree. But the best way is tracing paper. Now the next one, on the grid, draw the image of shape A after a reflection in the line x equal to minus 2. So in x equal to minus 2, you have to take the reflection. Okay. So this is x equal to minus 2. So where is x equal to minus 2? This is the line, vertical line, x equal to minus 2. This is the mirror. Okay. Now you have to draw the mirror image. So what you can do is, you just, how to draw the mirror image? Exactly same distance on this side. You can see 2 units here. So this is 1, 2 units will be here. So you can see this line. Okay. And you will say this. Okay. And then you can see this, that is, okay, this is going like this, dimensions, right? And then you can see what is this, this height. Okay, this is just a reflection. So you can see this is how many units from this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can see this. So this is the answer for the third one. This is our mirror image, that is mirror image in the line x equal to minus 2. Okay. So this is how we can easily solve this. Drawing the mirror image, just take the equal distances, you will find this. Okay. So this one is easy. This is how you can easily solve this question. Okay. Now let's move to the next one. Now this is the question on sequences. There are 5 terms in a sequence which are given to you. Find the 10th term of the sequence. So you have to just observe the pattern here. So you can clearly see this is 1 cube. What is 8? 8 is 2 cube. This is 3 cube. This is 4 cube. And this is 5 cube. So you can see this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So 10th term of this will be 10 cube, which is 1000. That is the answer for this question. Now, there are 5 terms of a different sequence which is given to find the nth term of the sequence. So now, first let's identify which kind of sequence is this. So let's see. This is the difference 3. Here the difference is 5. Okay. So here the difference is 7. Here the difference is 9. Okay. Now you can see this is the difference 2, difference 2, difference 2. That means second difference is constant. If the second difference is constant, this will definitely be a quadratic sequence. Quadratic sequence. Now for a quadratic sequence, we know what is the nth term. This is Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. Okay. So this is the quadratic sequence. Now see here, one way to find this answer is use this formula and get the answer. Okay. But if you can observe something in this, if you can observe something in this, I can directly solve this type of questions. So the easier way or less calculative way is observation. Okay. So this answer will definitely be in terms of n square. Okay. So now just try to understand like what can be the what can be the square terms which can relate this. Okay. So if I try something like for example, this is around 2 square. Okay, this is 2 square plus 1. Okay, or this is 3 square minus 1. So obviously it is not matching, right? So this pattern we cannot work out. So let's try something else. So this is, let's say this is 1 square plus 4. Okay, this is 2 square plus 4. You can see this is 1 square plus 4, that is 5. 2 square plus 4, that is 8. This is 3 square plus 4, that is 9 plus 4 is 13. This is, you can see, what is this? This is 16 plus 4. This is 19, sorry, 6. Uh, this is 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4. This is, you can see, this is 4 plus 4. And this is 1 plus 4. So you can clearly see I have got a pattern here. This is 25 plus 4. So rather than solving this by finding ABC, I can directly say what will be the nth term of the sequence. This will be equal to, this is 1 square plus 1, 2 square plus 1, 3 square plus 1. The third, fourth is 4 square plus 4, and so on. So what is nth term? This is n square plus. So this is by observation, you can save time and do the calculations. Okay. So just observe when you have quadratic sequence, you have observed this is a quadratic sequence. So it will obviously be in terms of n square term. So now just try to relate this with n square. This is how we can approach these kind of questions by observation. I hope this is clear. The next question on the sequence. The sum of first n terms of another sequence is this. For some series sequence, this is given that the sum of n terms. So this is sum of n terms. So this is, I'll write Sn, that is sum of n terms. If use n equal to find the sum of first 2 terms. So this is, you have to find the sum of 2 terms. So just put n equal to 2. So this is 2 divided by 2 into 5 into 2 minus 1. So you can see this is 1 and this is 10 minus 1. This is 9. So what is the sum of 2 terms? This is equal to 9. That is the answer for this question. So this is 9 is the correct answer. Okay. Now find the third term of the sequence. Now see here, T1, T2, that is sum of 2 terms, right? And sum of 3 terms is 3. You can say this is T1 plus T2 plus T3. I hope this is clear. Sum of 2 terms, sum of 3 terms. Now, what is the third term? We can easily see what is this if I take the difference of these two. That is, if I take the difference of these two, you can clearly see T1 and T1 cancels out because T1 plus T2 you can write like this. This is S3 is what? Basically, this is T1 plus T2 is sum of 2 terms. This is S2 plus T3. So, what is the third term? Third term is S3 minus S2. Now, what is the meaning of this? This is sum of 3 terms. So, what is the sum of 3 terms? This is, I can say, sum of n terms is this given to you. So, what is the sum of 3 terms? This is 3 by 2 into 5 into 3 minus 1. So, now what is this? This is 3 by 2 multiplied with this is 15 minus 1. This is 14 and this will become 7. So, this will become 21. So, what is the sum of 3 terms? This is 21. So, what is the answer? This is 21 minus S2. What is the sum of two terms? This is 9. So what is this? This is 11. I hope this is not relevant. 12. That is the answer for this question. So I hope this is clear. How you can find the sum nth term given the sum of n terms. Okay. So I have got the sum of three terms and sum of two terms. So obviously, if I take the difference of this, this will give you the third term. So what is the answer? This is 12. But 12 is the correct answer for this question. So again, this is you can approach this easily. You have to just expand this. So this one is easy. You have to just multiply the bracket. You can just say this is 5x square multiplied with 3x minus 2 multiplied with 5x square. This we can say this is 15x cube minus 10x square. That is the answer for this. Write down the inequality in y shown by this number line. So basically this is y is between and 4 and this is greater than equal to this is minus 1.5. This is minus 1.5. Why I have taken equal to sign? Because this is a dark point and this is open point. That is open circle and closed circle. So this is how this means this point is included in this inequality. This is point is excluded in this inequality. Okay, so this is okay. Now the next question. So now Hadi buys the dishwasher. He can either pay in a single payment of $980 or he can pay using a monthly plan. So there are two payment options. The monthly plan is 20% of 980 plus 12 payment of $75.25. Hadi use monthly plan, calculate the amount he Hadi pays. Okay, so he can pay either in single, okay, or using a monthly plan. The monthly plan is 20% of 980. Okay, so this is 20% of 980 plus the 12 payments of $75.25. Okay, so total amount he pays is this. What is this? This is the total amount. Okay, 20%, that is 0.20 into 980 plus 12 into 75.25. That is the answer. So let's calculate this. So this is, we can see this is 0.2 multiplied with 980 plus 12 multiplied with 75.25, which is equal to $1099. So what is the answer? This is $1099. That is the correct answer. Find the percentage increase in the cost using monthly plan compared to the single payment. So what is the, if he pays in one time like single payment, this is the amount. But if he pays in, we can say monthly plan, he has to pay this. So what is the percentage increase? So we can say this is percentage increase. Percentage increase is equal to, what if he pays in the single amount? This is single payment. This is 980. But what extra he has to pay? What is the percentage increase? What is the difference? We can see this is 1099 minus 980 into 100. This is the change. You can say the difference. And originally it should be 980. So this is the percentage increase. So you can see what is this? This is 1099 minus 980. This is divided by 980 and multiplied with 100. So this is 12.14. That is 12.14 percentage is the answer. So you can see this is 12.1. 12.14 is the answer for this question. Okay. I hope this is clear. The next one. In a sale, the original price of sewing machine is reduced by $38. This is the reduction of 8% in the original price. Work out the original price. Okay. So let's say the original price. This is the original price. Original price. This is X. Okay. In a sale of, the original price of machine is reduced by $38. So this is reduced by $38. Okay. And this is the final price. Final price. Okay. Now this $38 is 8% reduced. Basically, this is reduced by 8%. 8% reduction is this. Calculate the original price of the machine. So you can see original price is X. So what is 8% of X? That is the reduction. and they are saying that this reduction is effectively equal to $38. You can see it's reduced by $8. The original price of the sewing machine is reduced by $38. So what is x? X is equal to 38 multiplied with 100 divided by 8. I hope this is clear. Original price was x. Now we have reduced it by 8%. So 8% reduction. That is this. Okay. So this is effectively equal to $38. 8% is equal to $38. So that is 8% of x is equal to $38. So what is the original price? This is 38 multiplied with 100 and divided by 8, which is $475. So what is the answer? This is $475 is the answer for this question. Okay. So I hope this is also clear. Now write down all the factors of 18. So what are the factors of 18? You can say uh, uh, 18. What are the factors of 18? You can say this is 1, 2, 3. This is also divided by 18. 18 is divisible by 3. Then this is 6. Then 9. Then 15, 6, 18. So these are the factors. You can see 18 comes in the table of, you can say 1 and 18 is the answer, and 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So these are the factors of 18. Okay, factorize this. Now, if you have to factorize this, you can see you have to group. Okay, by taking common. So how can you group this? You can see if I take these two, y is common. This is 3 minus x, and here you can again see if I take 5 common, this is 3 minus x. So what is this? I can take up common. This is y plus 5 into 3 minus x. So what are the factors? You can see this is y plus 5 into 3 minus x. This is how you can solve this. Now, this is next one. This equation, which is already given to you, 3y minus xy plus 15 minus this, is equal to 18, where x and y are some positive integers. This x and y are some positive. Using your answer in part A and part B, find one possible answer value of x and the corresponding value of y. This one is interesting. So now see, we have to solve. Basically, you have to solve this equation. Now, this equation is this term, this expression is equal to 18. So basically, if you have to solve this, we have already factorized this. This is y plus 5. I'll solve it here. This is y plus 5 multiplied with 3 minus x. And this should be equal to 18. Correct? Now, if this is equal to 18, this is equal to 18. Now you see here, I want to write two numbers which are integers. You can see because x and y are integers. So obviously these numbers will also be integers. So that their product is 18. So now the important thing is how can you express this as a product of 18? So for that we have already got this. Okay. So now see, how can you write this? Let's say if I say this is 1, that means x is equal to 2. Basically, if I take x is equal to 2, you can see this is 3 minus 2 will become 1. Okay. Then this has to be 18, because then only this will be, this into this will become 18. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say this is 1 and this is 18. I'm just trying to write the some combinations. Okay. So this is when x equal to 2, and this is when x is equal to y is equal to what? 13. So you can see one possibility for x and y is this, because if I put x is equal to 2, you can say this will become 1. And if I put x is equal to y equal to 13, this will become 18. So what is 18 into 1? This is equal to, so one solution of this equation can be, you can say x equal to 2 or x equal to 18. I hope this is clear. Correct? There can be other answers also. So for example, if I take, let's say x equal to, here we have taken 1, 2. Now let's say if I take x is equal to 2, x equal to 2 we have taken already. If I take x is equal to 1, now if I put x is equal to 1 here, that is, this will become 4. So it has to become 9. So you can see what I can do is I can take this as 2 and this as 9, because 9 into 2 will become 18. And how this can be equal to 18? You can say if I put x is equal to 1. If I take x is equal to 1, this will become 2. And if it has to be 9, then y has to be equal to 4. So another possibility we can have is x is equal to 1. I can have x is equal to 1 and y equal to 4 also. I hope this is also clear. This is how you can try do this part. We can try some other combinations also, but since you have tried only one combination, I have given you actually two answers. 1, 4 and 2, 18. Okay. So this is how. Now this is a question which is little different from what questions are generally asked in your exam. So this is how we factorized, and using those factors, how we solve this. Otherwise, you will not be able to solve this equation directly. Okay. So using those conditions, they have given the question. Okay. So this is an interesting question. Okay. So let me see the answer. So this is, so they have given the answer as 2 and 13. Sorry, this is the first answer will be 2 and 13. See, because we took x is equal to 2, na? When we took x is equal to 3, 2, this will become 1, and y will be 13. So what is the answer? This is 13. Yeah. 2 and 13 and 1 and 4. That is the answer for this question. Okay. Now the next question. The warehouse has floor area as 800 meters square. The plan of the warehouse is drawn on a scale of this 1 is to 50. Calculate the floor area on the plan. So basically, this is the scale factor. Scale factor. Scale factor, which is 50 divided by 1. Okay. So this is the actual floor area. And so the square of this will be 800. That is the actual area. And on the plan, let's say the area is A. Okay. Why I have taken the square? Because this is area. So for scale factor, this will be area, that is length into length. So this will be square. Okay. This is volume. This will become cube. So this is how you can use. So always remember, let's say scale factor is k. So this is, if this is, we are talking about area. This will be k square. That is a2 upon a1. Okay. And if this is volume, this is k cube. This is volume 2 upon 1. Basically, this is actual and this is on map. Basically, this is actual upon this is on map. So now, what is this? This is 2500 is equal to 800 upon A. So what is this? Area is equal to 800 divided by 2500. So what is this? You can see calculation. This is 8 divided by 25, which is 0.32. And the given, this is meter square. Okay, the answer is in meter square, but you have to write the answer in square centimeter. So meter square to centimeter square, how will you do this? This is 0.32 into, we know 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So 1 meter square is 100 into 100 centimeter square. So what is this? This you can see, this is multiplied with 100 multiplied with 100, which is 3200. 3200 centimeter square. So what is the answer? 3200 centimeter square. So what is the correct answer? 3200 is the correct answer for this question. So now let's move to the next one. Now this is a question on trigonometry. Diagram shows the triangle PQR. Calculate the shortest distance of Q from PR. Calculate the shortest distance of Q from PR. And we know the shortest distance is always the perpendicular distance. That means you have to find the perpendicular distance of Q from the line PR. So this is the point S. So basically you have to find SQ. This is the shortest distance. Okay. Now how will you find this? So you can clearly see in this triangle. This triangle is a right angle triangle, and this is opposite side of this angle. This side is opposite angle, right? Opposite to this angle. So I can apply trigonometry and say for opposite we will use sine. That is sine 42 degree. This is hypotenuse because this angle is 90 degree. So this is sine 42 degree is SQ. That is the shortest distance upon hypotenuse, which is 12.5. So what is SQ? This is equal to 12.5 multiplied with sine 42 degree. Okay. So you can just calculate this. This is sine 42 multiplied with 12.5, which is 8.36. So this is 8.36 is the correct answer. 8.36 centimeter. This is how we can easily solve this question. Next one, make x the subject. So this is again straightforward. You can see I want to make x the subject. So I'll remove this w square, subtract w square from both sides. This is a minus w square equal to 5x square. I want to remove this 5. Divide by 5 on both sides. This is a minus w square divided by 5. This is equal to x square. Now I want to make x. So I'll have to remove the square. So by taking the square root. So what is x? If I take the square root, this is plus minus under root of a minus w square upon 5. That is the answer for this question. Okay. This one is pretty easy again. Standard question. The table shows this value. Okay. So complete the first question is complete the table. So that is again, this one is easy. You have to just put the values and get the answer. What is the first value? You can see this is minus 2. This is what? If I put minus 1, this is 5 minus minus plus 1 minus 4. This will become 2. Okay. Minus, okay. This is, if I put 1, this is 5 minus 1 minus 4. This is 0. Okay. And if I put 4, this will become, this is 4 square minus 4 cube minus 4. So this is 16. This is 1680. This is 64 and 4. Okay. So I think this is 80 minus 68, which is 12. This is 12. So I think this part is done. This is easy. Now the next is, okay, the question is on actually the graph. So basically we have got this graph. We have this, and in between minus 2 and 5, you have to plot this graph. You have to draw this graph. So now let's plot these points. Okay. So let's plot the points. At minus 2, this is 24. At minus 2, this is 24. At minus 2, this is 24. So this is 21, 22, 23, 24. So this is 24. Then at minus 1, this is 2. At minus 1, this is 2. So this is minus 1. This is 2. Then at 0, this is minus 4. At 0, this is minus 4. This is minus 4. This is minus 4. Then at 1, this is 0. At 1, this is 0. At 1, this is 0. Then 2, this is 8. At 2, this is 8. Then 3, this is 14. 3, this is 14. This is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 4, this is 12. This is at 4, this is 12. So this is 12. This is 12. Okay. And the last, this is 5 is minus 4. At x equal to 5, this is minus 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is minus 4. So now, if you join this, you can see join freehand graph. This is the graph which is required here. Okay. This is the cubic curve. You can see, in fact, if you have the cubic curve, you know the basic idea, the nature of this graph, because the coefficient of x cube is negative. So graph will look something like this. So you can see we have this kind of graph here. Okay. So this part is easy, how to draw this graph. Okay. Now, this is the first part which you have done. Second part you have done. Now the third part. I hope you can see this. This is the third part, which is again a very important. See, by drawing a suitable straight line on the grid, solve this equation. By drawing the curve, while drawing the graph, by drawing some straight line, you have to solve this equation. Now we have already seen, we have drawn the graph of, you can see the graph of 5x square minus x cube minus 4. We have drawn this graph. But you have to solve this equation. We have to solve x cube minus 5x square minus x plus 14 equal to 0. You can see, you have to solve this. So see, you can see here we have x cube. When I say this equation is same as x cube minus 5x square equal to x minus 14. I have taken this x on this side and minus 14 on this side. Now we have drawn the graph of which function? We have drawn this graph, which is we have 5x square. In fact, what you can do is rather than doing this, let's write like this. This is minus x plus 14. And let's take this on this side. This is 5x square and minus x cube, because now you see we have 5x square minus x cube. Minus x cube. We want minus. So you can see if I subtract minus 4 from both sides, this will become minus x plus 8 minus plus 10 equal to 5x square minus x cube minus 1. I hope this is clear. So you can see here, to solve this equation, I have converted, see, this is the graph we have. Now, if you draw this graph, their point of intersection will be the solution. So, which line you will draw? You will draw y equal to minus x plus 10. So that they are equal. And you will have, if I simplify, if I make them equal, you will find this is the equation you will have. Okay. So now, let's draw this. Y equal to minus x plus 10. What is the y-intercept? You can see this is equal to 10. So, y-intercept is 10. This is the line. Okay. And you can see at x equal to 1, you can put x is equal to 1, y is equal to 9. At x equal to 1, y is 9. That is, or you can take some other value, the larger value. You can put x equal to 4. If I put x is equal to 4, you can see this is y equal to 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This. So now, if I draw this line, you can see if I try to draw, so this is the line we're talking about. You can see this is the line which is passing through. You can see this is the line ultimately which is required. You can see I just, yeah. So you can see this is the line which is y equal to minus x plus 10. So this is passing through this, and you can see this. So now, what are the point of intersection? You can see this is one point of intersection, this is another point of intersection, and this is another point of intersection. So what are the solutions? This is the x value, this is another x value, and this is another x value. So now you can see what is this x equal to, what is this roughly, you can say this is one, how many blocks we have, 10 blocks, 1.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is minus 1.5, this is 2, and this is, you can say 4.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.5. So what are the x values? Minus 1.5, one answer is minus 1.5. Okay, the other answer can be 2, and the third answer will be 4.5. So this is one answer I have given according to this graph, but there might be a slight change in the answer if you draw on the paper. Okay, so understand the method, and in fact in the answer key also they will give you a range. So in that range your answer should be satisfied. So you can see what I am having as the answer is, you can see this is in the range which is given to the, given in your answer key also. They have given in the range of x as, x range they have given as minus 1.7 to minus 1.4. So you can see I have got the answer in this range. In fact, x equal to 2, in they have given exactly x equal to 2, and the third answer they have given is 4.4 to 4.7. X equal to 4.4 to 4.7. So you can see our answer is in this range. That is, our answer is correct. Understand the method? This is a very standard question. They will ask you to draw some line to solve a question given a graph. So just convert that graph equation on one side, and on other side the whatever the line equation you are getting. So just plot that line and get the answer. So this is how you can solve this question. Okay. So now let's move to the next one. The height of each 140 basketball players is recorded. The table is shown, and you have to just find the estimate. You have to find the mean of this. So now the data is given in a class interval form, right? Table in a class form. So when you have to write the mean, so what we do is we take the midpoint. So what is the midpoint of this? What is the midpoint? This is, we will take 170. Midpoint is basically this plus this divided by 2. You can check exactly mid. Okay. What is the midpoint of these two? You can say this is 182.5. You can add this. You can say this is 182.5. What is the midpoint of this? This is 187.5. Again, this is, you can divide and check. Okay. What is the midpoint of this? This is 195. And what is the midpoint of this? This is 200. Okay. So this is, what is the mean? What is the mean? When we have mean, this is equal to the midpoint into corresponding frequency, which is 170 into 7, plus this is 182.5 into 12, plus 187, 187.5 into 31, plus this is 195 multiplied by 70, plus this is 205 multiplied by 20, divide by sum of all the frequency, which is the total number of persons or total number of data, which is 140. You can say this is this plus this plus this. You will get this is 140. So now just put the value in the calculator and get the answer. So if you put this value, you will find the value will be equal to 192. 192 centimeters. Okay. So that is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. What you have to do is you have to just take the midpoint and multiply. Okay. Now the next part is two of the players are chosen at random. Find the probability that the both players have the height greater than 197 and no more than 200 centimeter. So two players are chosen at random. Find the probability that both the players have the height greater than 190. That means this player should be in this range. That is 190 to 200. So how many players are there? 70 players out of, you can say, 140. So the first, if I select the first person, what is the probability of that? This is 70 divided by 140. There are 70 persons or 70 players who have height between 190 and 200. So what is the first person probability of selecting first person, and what is the probability of the second person? Now there will be how many? There will be 69 out of how many? This is 139. Okay, so this is 70 upon 140, 69 upon 139. Okay, so let's see what is the answer. This is, in fact, this is 1 by 2. You can directly say this is 1 by 2 into 69 upon 139. So let me check the answer. This is okay. So basically, this is 69 upon 139 is 278. There is no common factor. So you can see the answer is 69 upon 278 is the answer for this question. Okay. So I hope this is clear. The first person, what is the probability of getting a person which is 190 centimeter to 200 centimeter, right? The second one, again, out of 70, we have selected already one. So there will be 69. And the second one will be out of 139. This is how you can solve this one. Now, complete the histogram from the frequency table. So now you have to complete the histogram for this. Okay. So now for histogram, the thing is, they have already given, see, in the graph, they have already given the height on the x-axis. Now you have to just write the frequency density. Now why we are using frequency density? Because the width, the class width is not same here. Class width is not same. So when class width is not same, while drawing the histogram, we plot the frequency density. So now let's write the frequency density. What is frequency density? Frequency density is basically the total frequency of that interval divided by the class width. That is called the frequency density. So here, what is the frequency? This is 7. And what is the class width? This is 20. So what is the frequency density? This is 70 divided by 7 divided by 20. So what is, which you can easily see 7 divided by 20, that is 0.35. So what is the frequency density? This is 0.35. Okay. Same logic. What is the frequency? This is 12 here. And what is the width? 5. So this is 12 divided by 5. 12 divided by 5, that is equal to 2.4. What is the frequency density here? This is 30. Frequency 31 divided by, what is the frequency? What is the distance class width? This is 5. So this is equal to, wait, this is 31 divided by, what is this? 5. So what is this? 31 divided by 5, which is equal to 6.2. Then this is 70. Frequency is 70 divided by, what is the width? 10. Right. So this is 7. And what is this? This is 20 divided by 10. This is 2. 20 frequency divided by class width is 10. Okay. This is 2. So now you have to just show this. That is between 160 and 180. This is 0.35. This is between 160 and 180, 0.35. Between 160 and 180, this is 0.35. So you can see this is 0.1, sorry, 0.24. So 35 will be somewhere here. Okay. So we will just mark this like this. You can use scale and shade this. This is how you have to. This is 0.35. Just mark this 0.35. The next one is for 2.4. So between 180 and 185, this is 2.4. So 180 to 185, 2.4. This is 185, 2.4. You can say this is 2.4 here. So that is the second. 180 to 185. Now the third is, you can see 185 to 190, which is 6.2. 185 to 190, this is 6.2. 6.2, you can see somewhere here. This is 6.2. This is 6.2. 180 to 190. Okay. 180 to 185 to 190. You can see this is 185 to 190. This is 6.2. The next one, this is 190 to 200. 7. 190 to 200. This is 7. So you can see this is 190 200 7. So it will be here. And 200 to 10, you can see this is, they have already given, this is 2. 200 to 210, this is already given as 2. So this is what you say expected in this question. You have to draw the histogram here. So this is how you can solve this question. Okay. I hope this is also clear. The next question here is Meteo invest $1250 at a rate of R% per year compound interest. In the end of 6 years, the total value of the investment is 1484. Find the value of R. So this is pretty easy question. What is the final value? Final value is equal to initial value into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to time, that is n. Okay. That is the compound interest formula. This is the final value, which is final value after end of 6 years. Total value is 1484. And initial value is 1250. This is 1 plus R upon 100, because we have to find R. And for how many years? This is for 6 years. Okay. So that is the rate of interest you have to calculate. Now, how will you solve this? This is, you can see 1484. I will divide by 1250. This is 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 6. Now, how will you remove this R? For removing this R, I'll take this power to this side. It will become 1 by 6. So basically, this is 1484 divided by 1250 raised to 1 by 6. And you can use calculator to get this value. 1 plus R upon 100. Correct? So this is how you can calculate. Now, let's calculate the value. So this is 1484 Divide by 1, 250 raised to, this is 1 by 6, which is 1.0, and this is subtracting 1. This will become, after subtracting 1, so this will become r by 100 is equal to 0.029. This is after subtracting 1. Okay. Now, what is r? They just multiply this with 100. So this is 2.9%. This is 2.9%. That is the answer for this question. So this is a straightforward, simple question. From the formula, you can easily solve this. Now the next question, the geometry, the trigonometry. The quadrilateral, the diagram shows a quadrilateral ABCD. You can see here, calculate AD. AD, that is this length. You have to calculate AD. So you can see here, in the triangle ABD, we know two sides, this side and this side. And we know the angle between these two sides. So if you have two sides and angle between them, to find the third side, the best way is use cosine rule. You can see, if I apply cosine rule, AD square will be equal to, this is the opposite of the sign, right? So write the adjacent square, that is 9.6 square plus 12.1 square minus, this is 2 into 9.6 into 12.1 into cosine of 56 degree. This is how you can apply the cosine rule. So if you have to find AD, which is opposite to this, so you can say this is AD square is equal to this square, the adjacent sides of this angle. This is 9.6 and 12.1 squares minus 2 into their multiplication into cosine of 56 degree. Using this, you can easily find AD taking the square root. Just put the values in the calculator and you will find. I'll just write the answer. That is, this is, you will find this is equal to 10.4. This is, you will find 10.4 centimeter. This is 10.4 centimeter. I hope this you can easily do combination. Okay. Now the next part is calculate the obtuse angle BDC. Calculate the angle BDC. That means you have to find this angle. Okay. Now how will you find this? So here you can see in this triangle BDC. In this triangle BDC, we know this side. We have to find the angle opposite to it. We know this side and we know the opposite angle. That means I can apply sine rule. So they can see this is sine 47 degree. Divide by, what is side opposite to this? 12.1 is equal to, what is this? This is sine of angle BDC. Angle BDC upon sine of angle BDC, and side opposite to this is 15.8. 15.8. So you will find this is sine of angle BDC will be equal to 15.8 multiplied by sine 47 degree. Multiplying this, divide by 12.1. And if you solve this, you will find, and take the sine inverse. So angle BDC will be equal to sine inverse of 15.8 into sine 47 degree divided by 12.1. You can check this calculation. Okay. So this is sine inverse of this value. Now, if you find this, so let me do the calculation. This one is I'll do, because there is something which you need to understand in this. This is sine 47, which is this, divided by 12.1. This is 0.954. So we will take the sine inverse of the answer, which is 0.954. So this is giving you, this is 72.555 degrees. Okay, 6 degrees basically. I'll end up with the one decimal. This is 72.6 degree. But the here question is, write the obtuse angle BDC. But this is an acute angle. So what is the other angle? We know that in sine, the supplementary angles value, sine value of supplementary angles are same. That is, they add up to 180 degree. So this angle is one answer, but this is not the answer for our case, because they're asking you to write the obtuse angle. So what is the other angle? We will subtract this from the 180. So this is 180 minus 72.6, which is equal to 107.4. So the answer we will say is 1.107.4 degree. So this is always remember this. Sine of theta and sine of 180 degree minus theta. They are same. That is sine of the two angles whose sum is 180 is same. So if one angle is 72.6 degree, then what is the other angle? This is 180 minus 72.6 degree. So what is the answer? This is 107.4 degree. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now the next part, calculate the area of quadrilateral. So if you write the area of this quadrilateral, you can now easily write this. How will you write this? So now we know what is this angle. This angle is 10. This is 107.4. This is 107.4 degrees. Okay. So if you write the area of the quadrilateral, you can see what is this angle which is remaining. You can easily find this angle. And for triangle, we know what is the formula for triangle. Half. What is the area of a triangle? Half AB and sine of angle between them. That is two sides and angle between them. So I can write the area of this triangle and I can write the area of this triangle because we know what is the side of this. So I'll just write the area, final area expression. Area of this triangle is this into sine 56 degree. That is 9.6 into 12.1 into sine of 56 degree. That is the area of this triangle plus area of this triangle. Now in this triangle, you have to what is required. So basically, what we have this area. Okay, so we have this angle is 17107. This angle is 107.4 degree that we calculated. So I can easily calculate this. So what is this? You can see this is 180 minus 107.4 and 47. So this is 25.6 degree. 25.6 degrees. Okay, you can see 25.6 degree. Yeah, just let me check the calculator. 108, 17, and 4 and 47. This is the value. Okay, so what is the area of this triangle? That is this triangle. This you know what are the sides? 12.1 and 15.8, and angle between them is 25.86. So what is this? This is 1 by 2, 15.8 multiplied with 12.1 into sine of 25.6 degree. So if you check this value, you just put the value in the calculator, you will find the answer will be this is 89.59. 89.59 centimeters square. So again, this is the range which is given in your answer key 89.59 to 89.80. So that is just see what decimal points you are using. So accordingly, you can get the answer. I hope you understood the method. What how will you find the area of this quadrilateral? Okay. So this is how we can easily solve this part of question. Okay. Now the next question: if this expression can be written in this, then find the value of ABC. Okay. So here see, that means ultimately the question is you have to convert into you have to complete the square. Okay. So here you see how to complete. You just make the coefficient of x square as 1. So I can take 2 common. So this is 2. We can say x square plus 6x. And if you want, you can leave this 2. Just focus on these terms, the x square term and x term, and make the x square term 1. This is the expression. Now just take this 6. That is x. What is the coefficient of x? That is 6. And what is half of this? 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So what I can do is you can say this is 2. I write this is x square plus 6x plus I will add 3 square and subtract 3 square. Okay, because ultimately this is not changing anything because this is ultimately 0. Now why I'm doing this? Because you can clearly see now this is a square, complete square, because x square plus 6x plus 3 square. Basically this is x square plus 2 into 3 into x plus 3 square, which is x square, sorry, x plus 3 the whole square. X square 2 into 3 into x, that is this, and this is 3 square. So I can complete and say this is 2 x plus 3 the whole square minus 9 minus 2. You can see this is minus 9 and 2. Now we can open this. This is 2 multiplied with this. This is 2 into x plus 3 square. 9 into 2, that is minus 18 minus 2. So what is this? This is 2 x plus 3 square minus 20. So this, if I compare, what is the value of A? A is 2. What is B? B is 3. And what is C? C is minus 20. So this is how you can solve this question. And you can see this is 2, 3 and what C is 20. C is 20 because we are just comparing. You can see this is minus 20 and this is minus C. So C is 20. You can see this is C is 20. I hope this is clear. Correct? Now the next question. The diagram shows the major sector of a circle. This is the major sector of a circle. Find the perimeter of the major sector. So that is, you have to find this perimeter. What is the meaning of perimeter? You have to write this plus this plus this. That is the perimeter. What is the radius given? This is 7.5. So basically this is 7.5. This is 7.5. Okay. Now how will you find the length of this? This is the length of arc. Now how to find the length of arc? You can see what is this angle? You can see this is 360 minus 126. 360 minus 126, which is 234. And we know what is the length of arc. Length of arc, length is equal to theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. But theta is the angle subtended by that arc. So this arc is subtending through 235, 34. So what is the perimeter? This is 234 upon 360 into 2 pi r. What is r? 7.5. That is the length of this part. Okay. Plus 7.5 plus 7.5. That is 2 into 7.5 because you have to add the perimeter. So you have to add this as well as this. So if I just put the value, this is 234 divided by 360 multiplied with this is 15 multiplied with pi plus 45.63. So that is the correct answer. This is 45.63 centimeters. That is the answer. Centimeter is already given. So that is how you can easily. So this is again a easy question. You can easily solve this one. Now the next part. The diagram shows a pyramid. You can see this is a pyramid. Okay. Square base, that is this is a square and the sides are given to you. O is vertically opposite to the center, above the center, and the height is 24. Find the angle OA makes with the base. So what is the angle which is made by OA with the base? So you can see this is OA and this is the base. And if you have to find this angle, effectively can I say this angle is same as the angle which this is making with the line AC. So basically, we have a right angle triangle like this. Just try to imagine this is in 3 dimension. So you can see this is O. This is you can say M. That is this M, and this is A. This is what we are trying to find. This is the right angle triangle. Okay. So basically, this is the angle made by this OA with the plane. Okay, with the base. This angle we have to find. This is theta. Okay. Now this is the right angle triangle. So I can apply sine rule, sine theta, cosine theta. What is given to you? What is the height of this? This is 24. So this is 24. You can clearly see this is 24. This one is 24. Correct? And what is this length? Now you have to calculate this length. So you can clearly see this will be a right angle. Okay. I hope this is clear why this is a right angle triangle because this is the square base. So this will be the hypotenuse. So you can see what is AC. AC will be equal to under root of 10.5 square plus 10.5 square. 10.5 square plus 10.5 square, which you can clearly see this is 10.5 times root 2. You can calculate this. Basically, this is root 2 multiplied with 10.5, which is 14.5 85 centimeters. I hope this is clear. I have applied the Pythagoras theorem in this triangle. In this triangle, this is the right angle triangle. Okay. Now you can see this is exactly half AC. That is AM is equal to half of this. So what is AM? This is AC divided by 2, which is, you can see, this is divided by 14.85 divided by 2, which is 7.425 centimeters. So this is AM. This is AM. Oh, sorry, this is AM. Now we have got this 7.425. So now if you have to get this angle, so you can see how will you get this angle? I can apply tan theta. Why I'm applying tan theta? Because we know adjacent side and we know the opposite side, which is 24 upon 7.425. So what is theta? We will take the tan inverse of. So what is the answer? This is 724 divided by 7.425, and we will take the tan inverse of this, which is 72.8 degrees. So that is the answer. So let's check the answer. This is 72.8 degrees. That is the correct answer for this question. I hope this is clear. This is again a very standard question from 3D trigonometry. Just finding the angle between the base and some side or some edge in 3 dimension. So you can see what I have done is I have just got this angle. Okay. So now let's move to the next one. That is, okay. Now the diagram shows a frustum of the pyramid. You can see here, and the height of the frustum is 16. Calculate the volume of the frustum. Now this is an interesting question here. You can see what do you mean by frustum? You can see if I cut the part of a cone, or you can say a pyramid, you will get this thing. This is called frustum, and this is given that this thing has height 16, and already we know that the total height is 24. So this is total height is 24. So I'll just mark this part is 8 centimeter. Okay, because the total is 24. Everything is remaining same. You have to calculate the volume of this frustum. That means you have to calculate the volume. Now, first thing you can easily understand this. If you take the entire pyramid and you take this part, which is cut, they are both pyramid and they are similar. This complete pyramid and this part, which is removed, that is this part, which is again a pyramid, is these two are similar. So can I say the volume of the original pyramid? You can say original pyramid, and the volume of, you can say, the smaller pyramid. I write volume of the larger pyramid. Volume of the larger pyramid upon volume of the smaller pyramid. That is, volume of the larger and volume of the smaller pyramid is equal to the ratio, because they are similar. And what are the ratio of their heights? You can see what is the height of this. This is 16. This is 16, but not 16, 24 for the larger, and for the smaller this is 8 cube. Why I'm doing this? Because this is the scale factor. What is the scale factor? 24 divided by 8, which is 3. So what is the volume of the what is the volume of the, you can say, pyramid? What is the volume of this? The whatever volume of the larger smaller pyramid, you can see volume of cha. This is okay. So we got volume of the larger pyramid upon volume of the smaller pyramid. This is equal to 3, that is 27. This is 24 by 8, that is 3 cube. Okay. Now, how to calculate the volume of a pyramid? So here they have not given anything. So we have to just use the formula. So this is, what is the volume of pyramid? You can see the volume of, let's say I want to write the volume of the larger pyramid. Okay. So this is volume of pyramid is 1 by 3 area of base into height. So what is the area of base? And now base is a square. This is 10.5 square, because the side length is 10.5. And what is the height of the larger pyramid? This is 24. Okay. So what is this? You can see this is 10.5 into multiplied with 24, that is 8. That is 882. So this is 882 centimeter cube. Okay, that is the volume of larger pyramid. And what is the volume of smaller pyramid? Again, you can use the same formula. Instead of 24, you can use this 8, or otherwise we have already got this. So what is the volume of the smaller pyramid? This is volume of the larger pyramid divided by 27. So I can just divide this by 27. That will give you the smaller. That is 882 divided by 27, which is 32.67 centimeter cube. I hope this is clear. So what is the volume of this first term? This is, you can see, I'll subtract this. So what is the final answer? This is this minus 882. That is 849. 849.6, sorry, 33. That is the answer for this centimeter cube. So let's check the answer. This is 849.33. So that is the correct answer, which is also given in sheet. Okay, answer sheet. I hope this is clear. Uh, so this is just an information I have given. Otherwise, what you could have done is, what is the volume of this pyramid? That is this part. You can see this is 1 by 3. 8, that is height of this, and the volume of the base. Now for finding the base, you have to use this, you have to find this side. So that is why I have not used this information. Rather than using this finding this a volume, it's better we use this. Okay, so that way you can easily save the calculation part. Mhm. So I hope you understood this part also, why I have done this, and using this, why I calculated the volume of the smaller pyramid with this part, volume of this part. Okay, right, that's it for this question. Okay, now the next question. Now you have to find m in terms of n. So this is, you have to just solve this equation basically. So here you can see everything can be converted to power, you can say 4 or 2, both are possible here, because 16 is 4 square and 64 is 4 cube. So I can convert this to 4 cube, 4 power also and 2 power also. Okay, so this is 16 is 4 square, and this is 5m divided by, this is 4, and here this is 4 cube raised to 2n. So here you can see this is, I can apply the exponential property, so this will become 4 10m, right? This will multiply upon 4, this is equal to 4 raised to 6n, right? These two multiplies. Or you can say, what is this? This is 4 raised to 10m minus 1, because the powers are same, the powers, the base are same, the powers will subtract. And this is equal to 4 raised to 6n. Now, if the base are same, this will be equal. That is 10m minus 1 equal to 6n. Right? So, what is the question? You have to add m in terms of n. So, that means you have to make m the subject. That is 10m equal to 6n plus 1. Add 1 on both sides. Now, divide by 10 on both sides. So, what is m? This is 6n plus 1 divided by. So, what is this? This is 6n plus 1 divided by. That is the answer for this question. Okay. So, this is 6n plus 1 upon n is the answer. And the last question of this paper, that is this. Okay. The question is, V is, I is equal to V upon R. V is 50, correct to nearest 10 cent. Okay. And R is 13, correct to nearest integer. Find the upper bound of, so what is upper bound of I? I upper bound is equal to, if you have to find upper bound of fraction, so we'll put the upper bound of this and lower bound of this, so that it will increase. So this is upper bound of V and lower bound of R. Lower bound of R, UB and LB. Okay. Now what is upper bound of? Upper bound of V. So V is 50 nearest integer, nearest 10. So this is 50 plus 10 upon 2, which is, all right, divided by, what is the lower bound of R? So here this is, R is correct to nearest integer. So this is 13 minus 0.5. I hope this is clear. Nearest integer. So basically this is 55 and this is 12.5. So what is the answer? This is 55 divided by 12.5, which is 4.4. So what is the upper bound of this? This is 4.4. That is the correct answer to this question. I hope this is also clear. So this is how you can solve all the questions. I hope you understood all the questions. You can just go through each solution step by step. Questions are not very difficult. If you practice, you can easily score very good marks in this paper. Okay. So that's it for this. If you understood, you like this video, subscribe to our channel, share with your friends, and put the message in the comment section that what do you need from more. So that's it. Thank you. Bye.